Hello, everybody. It's your favorite voiceover talents here, Todd and Hudson. And this week is a little bit of a crazy week. I'll just talk about a little bit. We're leaving this afternoon. Today is Thursday, and we're going to be going to Cincinnati.
Yeah, just
around
north of Cincinnati.
to see Bill DeWees, somebody that you have followed for years. Probably the first guy you found for voiceover, right? That you followed. And
yeah, the first one that, I started to really connect with and appreciate what he was teaching and his simple but practical business principles. So we're looking forward to finally meeting him in person, and the whole family's heading to Cincinnati to visit him.
Yeah, so it'll be a little bit different this week, and we'll talk more about that on our podcast and stuff like that. But right now, as always, Todd's tips. So as always, lead us off.
That's one of the reasons that I had a Todd's tip all written out and ready to present today, but I'll do that next week. But since we were traveling, I thought I would just write one real quickly and share it with folks. And what it is, it's our series of what I do and what I don't do. And Demond has the caveats here that we always present so that you don't feel pressure in doing it exactly like I do it. But these are, as we say all the time, supra industry and, supra person. And so you can apply a lot of these to what you do in your voiceover business. And so here's one that I thought I would just share with you, since, as we were talking about, we're heading out, and we're heading out a day early, if you will. I'm not going to work tomorrow, which is Friday, and that's very unusual for me. And so here it is. I do send out of studio notices to my clients. I do that. I do send out of studio notices to my clients. Here's the point. You know this, Hudson. I rarely travel. Traveling for me is, like going down to work out at our local fitness center a mile away, or going out to get the mail. That's kind of traveling. I just don't do a lot of traveling. But in all seriousness, maybe a long weekend, 2 or 3 times a year, maybe a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then 1 week around Thanksgiving. We've gone to Texas the last few years.
The first year, and then the last
2
years?
3 years, I think it's been, hasn't it? Or 2 or 3
We've
years.
only been there twice.
Yeah, okay, to Florida. And because of this practice of, consistently being home near my studio almost constantly, I try to let my clients know when I'm going to be out of the studio. And I do it for 2 basic reasons. First, to be customer-centric. They expect me to be there. I've kind of trained them that I'm around my studio a lot, especially Monday through Friday. And so it's an opportunity to provide them some information so they aren't caught off guard, because you know as well as I do that voiceover is oftentimes the last link in the chain, and they want it yesterday, or at least by the end of the day. And so if I kind of leave them hanging by not telling them, sometimes on a Friday or on a Monday when I'm coming home, they might be in need of something, and they can wait an extra day, but I just like to do that for them. So it's to provide information for them. Second, though, it is another soft marketing touch. And they go in that order. I want to be customer-centric, and I want to provide information to them, but I also want an opportunity to get in touch with them. Any way that I can stay in front of my clients, I'll take it. Out of studio notices are kind of a non-intrusive, this is for you type of message for the client. I'm doing this for you. And so I'm just trying to be customer-centric, and it's a way to get in front of them. And it yields a couple of fruits, at least. Obviously, it's a touch, but it oftentimes gives my clients and I an opportunity to talk on a personal level, because they'll say, "Oh, where are you traveling?" And I'll be able to explain, and I don't go into any kind of detail. A, I don't have a lot of time. B, I'm not going to try to bore them with all the details. But sometimes they just like that personal touch. And so we go back and forth, and maybe I've traveled where they've traveled, or, oh, it's a small world type thing. And that's just a way to be a human being, to be personal. Does that make sense?
Sure does, yep.
And the second thing is that often I get insight into projects that might be coming up. Oh, we've got a project. Glad you let us know. We'll have something for you next week. Or, yep, we got some more scripts coming up in the next couple of weeks. And sometimes even immediate jobs, like it happened this week again. A company from India that uses me regularly, they said this, I'm quoting now, "Thanks for the update. I guess your update and the requirement for the job came at the right time. Can we get a voiceover today? Can we get a voiceover done today?" And it was just a real short, under a minute corporate thing that I just charged them $150. But it was $150 that I might not have had, or I might have had to do after I got home. And so I gave them a heads up, and that happens almost all the time. Either insight into jobs coming up, which is kind of encouraging, or, hey, could you do this before you leave? And so that's the reason that I do send out of studio notices to my clients.
Smart. I wish I would have remembered to do that, as I completely forgot. I was fairly busy this week, not with voiceover related stuff, but right when you said that, I thought I didn't even do that for my clients, and maybe I missed out on a chance to have some work. Maybe I'll send it out today that I'm going out of office or studio, whatever it is. I've done that before, and it has yielded
and
jobs before.
As you get more and more clients, that'll be on your mind more, and you'll want to make sure you do that because it'll pay off. Trust me, it'll pay off. So there you have it.
There's your Todd's tips before we leave. Thanks for doing that. We'll be back in our next video with our numbers, and Johnny will be here on the couch, lone couch potato, and we'll see what VOMP had to do this week. So join us for that. Are you dying to see more content like that? Check out the video over here or subscribe over here. Thanks.